Okay. Hello, 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 beloved. Whew, we are live. We're back here for Transmission Thursdays. Just gonna give it a minute for you all to join. Whew. My energy is so activated. Okay, let me set up here. Say hello when you join. Let me know that you are here. Joining in. Ooh. Let me know that you're up in here. Whew. Okay. Takes a bit of a minute. If you're watching this as the replay, say hello, hashtag replay, hashtag warrior of light. I am so excited to have you here with me today. I felt called to come and do a sound alchemy session for us, all of us, on soul purification. That is the theme for today's session. So, yes, okay, let me see. Yeah. Okay, well, hello, 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 precious. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. I'm really excited for today. Whew. I'm just gonna do a brief transmission on energetic updates, really, on what's been happening. And then we will do the sound alchemy session. Okay. Okay. So, soul purification. As we all know, there is a lot of great changes that we are going through as a collective. And these great changes are happening in the earth, you know, our mother's body, as well as within our own selves, our own bodies. And if you are, you know, highly sensitive, if you are a genetic path cutter, if you are watching me, you probably have been experiencing some energies throughout your body, some ascension, inscension symptoms in the last couple of weeks, right? Let me know what has been your experience, because I do want to start with talking about these symptoms and how they do connect with the soul purification so that you can support yourself better. And yeah, I think sometimes when we know what's happening, it makes the uncomfortable situations more comfortable, if there's a thing like that, you know. But yeah, I spoke about this in my Instagram video that I did this past Tuesday, and I spoke about how we are in bifurcation, where there are two timelines right now. There is the timeline of the Great Reset and the timeline of the Great Awakening. And we are seeing the Great Awakening timeline very clearly, with a lot of people waking up to the true purpose of our existence here in the earth, the true history of our planet, the true essence of who we really are. And that true essence is essentially really that we are spirit, we are body, soul, spirit beings, you know, and our purpose in this earth is to experience these different levels of ourselves and to reconnect the parts of ourselves that have been disconnected, right? So unfortunately, in the last thousands of years, 10,000s of at least, or our era, the era that we are in, that goes as far back as like 2000 years back, there has been that disconnect between soul and spirit. And because of that, as a species, we have fallen. Our consciousness, we say it's fallen, meaning that we have really disconnected from our higher self, the higher mind, the Buddhic mind, and the mind of God, or the mind of all that is the pure essence, right? And right now, the Great Awakening is literally waking us up so that we can reconnect to the higher mind. We can reconnect to the mind of the living source, right? And that process is a very humble process. I don't know what your experience has been, but for me, the process has been really going deep to realize all the many ways that I have fallen, right? The many ways that I have not been a guardian of the logos and the laws, where I have not been loving, I have not been kind, I have not been compassionate, particularly to myself and to my loved ones. And this fall is what we are here to heal, right? This fall is what we're healing, and it is really the fall of the soul. The soul has fallen from the spirit to here, to this lower astral, third dimensional density, and it's been stuck with the mindset and with all the stories of victimhood, of separation, of worthlessness, of not being good enough, whatever the story has been, right? And it's time to wake up from that. It's time to wake up from those stories. It's time to wake up from those pathologies, because they're not based on truth. They're based on defense mechanisms that we've had to utilize in the last thousands of years to actually exist in this planet, right? But now we're realizing a lot of the systems here have not been nurturing our true self. They've not been nurturing the soul and reconnecting and aligning the soul with the higher mind, aligning the soul with the higher spirit, right? So the Great Awakening is not about us awakening to how we're deserving of our best lives and how we do create our reality and how we are here to manifest the most epic lives. That is not what the Great Awakening is about. The Great Awakening is very simply that you are to heal your soul. Period. We're here to heal the soul. Everything is about the soul and the soul reconnecting back. Right? And we do that through healing the soul, through purifying the soul, because the soul has been lost in the caves of forgetfulness, the caves of pain, of suffering, and. Right? So this is what this great awakening is about. It is about you waking up to realize how every single thing that you have been going through since your childhood to today was always this little chess moves that the unseen ones, the luminous guardian ones, have been trying to put in your face so that you can realize that you've kind of been like stuck here with these patterns and these loops of separation, and that you need to wake up from that. You need to come to that realization, and you need to realize that your life is, it's important, it's significant, and it matters. And you need to reclaim that, you know? So we're here to heal the soul, y'all. I don't know, like for me, this is it. This is at the core of my work. It's at the core of the Great Awakening, even the Great Reset, which is the second timeline that is being perpetuated right now. It is this dark timeline where humanity is being sent into a collective slumber, collective forgetfulness, being sent to even more and more and more of suppression and disconnection and separation with the living spirit, with the living light, right? And if you open your eyes, you will see what I'm talking about, that there is actual events happening right now that are perpetuating and creating and cultivating fear, cultivating division, you know, and victimhood, and this war frequencies, you know, which is really where we've been for a long time. But the Great Reset wants to make that even far worse than we've been experiencing it, you know. And it's, if you're a genetic path cutter, if you're listening to me, you are here to wake up to this. And you're here to, reclaim your soul. It's about your soul. Reclaim your soul. Be in command of your soul. Unplug from the matrix. You know, we are just unplugging from the matrix. So that's why we're doing this healing. In the beginning, of course, it starts with, I really just want to be living my purpose in life. You know, I want to pursue the things that I love and that I wish to bring to the world and so on. And that's great. And that is part of the story. Creating your reality is part of the story. Creating abundance is part of the story. Helping other people is part of the story. But at the core of it, all of this is done through you healing your soul. It cannot be any other way, because every single one of us, even those that you imagine, you know, the prophets and the teachers and all the people who you think are way advanced, all of us were here to heal, resurrect the soul, purify the soul. And because all of the human collective did fall, if we didn't fall, we wouldn't have this world that we have. We wouldn't be. I read something this week that just stayed with me. You know how we believe that we're made in the image of God, right? We get this, but one of my brothers asked this question: if God doesn't get sick, why do we? If we're made in the image of God, why do we get sick? Why do we suffer? Why do we die? Right? because something is off. Something is off with the whole entire concept that we grew up with. And that concept it cannot just be that this is all part of learning lessons. While that's true, while F in some regards is a school, and yes, our souls have volunteered to come here, to come and experience the F experience, the school itself is about the awakening of the true self while you are within the F, and then transcending all the limitations that are put. And all the limitations they in the beginning appear to be external. They appear to be the fact that, you have to work in that job that you don't like. You feel stuck in that physical relationship that you have with people in your life. You have issues with your body, and it all feels physical. You're struggling to move on from a particular thing. You're grieving over something that has happened. It's all physical. And for a long time, so many of us, we've always tried to fix the physical. Like, Joy, I've always had issues with my body, so I want to heal my body. I want to lose weight, and then I will be happy. Then I will be free. Then I will be liberated. And that's not actually the thing. The core thing is the soul, because the soul is the one that created even the difficulty with the body. It is the mastermind of all your external experiences. And of course, there are also other forces and influences that have masterminded your life. And that's why we must awaken to both the truth of who we are, which is this brilliant eternal beings, and the truth of what has been really happening in our planet for a really long time, and how we have been on this separation, on this fall for a really long time. And coming to that awareness and facing that will be the deepest soul initiation of your life. I've spoken about this. You will cry, you will be devastated, you will keep getting shocked. Even this morning, I was reading this booklet, and I mean, I've had this so many times, but my whole body still just gets really shocked whenever I hear just how much our suffering has been orchestrated by other people, other consciousness. Like that's really heartbreaking. But these are the things you need to wake up to. And then you need to do the great work of reclaiming your sovereignty, because with everything that is happening, you are so much more powerful than you realize. In fact, everything that has been happening is happening through you being indoctrinated, programmed to believe you're not powerful. Everything that has been orchestration, all the illusion, all the systems, it has been to confuse you, to make you become ambivalent, ignorant of your power. And this is why your duty, your mission, your responsibility, your assignment before any other mission is to wake up to your power, to what you are able to do. And the thing is, all of it is already within you. And I know you've heard this so many times. All of it is within you, and it's really true. And this is why the most powerful thing you could ever do is spend time with yourself and come to the realization that your life is between you and source. All of it. I mean, I come here for sharing all of these transmissions, but I'm just playing a very small part in your story. You know, your story is you and source, you and your origin, your genesis, you know, and it's important for you to realize that. And the way out of the matrix is going in within, because it has never been about the external. It's always been about the internal, even the lower frequencies and the things that have happened in our life, all the war, all the painful experiences, all the suffering that we've been through. All of them, they all started in the mind. It's like what's happening right now. A lot of it has been about our mind being manipulated, being controlled to think one way, right? Being shaped, our mind being shaped to see only this one story, never seen all the sides, you know, and that's why you have to reclaim your mind, you have to reclaim your body, you have to reclaim your soul, you have to reclaim your spirit. You don't have to do all of them at once, but if you start with the soul, if you start with like connecting to that inner aspect of you that has been creating and consenting to belief systems, most of them that have not been originally your belief systems. They've been belief systems of your family of origin, belief systems of the education system that you entered into, the belief system of the collective community you belong to, and the belief system of the collective human race, right? Lately, I play this game, and it's a game I learned a long time back when I was a Sethian. I was reading a lot of Seth materials. And the exercise is called That Too Is a Belief. Okay, so an example, let's play That Too Is a Belief. But you're just going to share whatever you believe in. And then after you write that, you just end with That Too Is a Belief. And the purpose of this is just to realize every single thing you believe in is a belief. It doesn't actually always make it true. It doesn't always mean it's the truth. It's just your belief. So let's play. Are you ready to play with me? That too is a belief. Let's replay myself. Okay. I'm just gonna put on some sage as you're thinking about your beliefs. Ooh. Ooh. And this is for you as well. Beautiful. An example, this is currently the current belief, the beliefs that I'm holding, okay? Losing weight is so difficult. That too is a belief, okay? Finding and being in a divine union relationship is so difficult. That too is a belief. Those are actually beliefs I have deep within me that I'm currently clearing, right? So please sit and think about your current beliefs that you are dealing with, and let's share them in the comment. As we do this, we come to deeper understanding of the ways that we've been imprisoning ourselves. Okay. Let me see another belief that has been very difficult for me. It's just because this has been my current focus, but healing my body will be the hardest thing I ever have to do. That too is a belief. Unraveling the sexual misery program of my ancestry, the sexual misery program that I have inherited from my grandmother, is the hardest wound of my life. That too is a belief. Oh, yeah, it's so interesting because I didn't realize how deep I am holding these beliefs. It's so weird because actually I didn't realize I really have this rigid idea of how healing the body is super impossible. That too is a belief. Healing the body is super impossible, and that too is a belief. Okay. Oh. So let me know what is coming up for you. I have shared some of my beliefs that are currently moving through me. It's around the body, and this one with the divine unions. I've had this belief system for more than 8 years. You can never find a good man in Botswana, Joy. That too is a belief. Oh my God. So deep. Okay. Acquiring both wealth and peace of mind at the same time is almost impossible. That too is a belief. Indeed, precious. Indeed. Thank you for sharing. Yes, to me, Ray, Halaletsang, let me know what your beliefs are, Kopano. Yes, Pitimelo, because I don't trust in my own power, I need other people to guide me. Add the statement, Waria Pitimelo, that too is a belief. That too is a belief. And beliefs can be changed, right? And beliefs can be changed. That's important. Okay. Hello, Shanisa. Hello, Lady Portia. Let me know what your beliefs are. For Beth as well, Beth, thank you for joining. Hello, Brandon. This is important for you to write your beliefs, because this practice today, we're going to be clearing and purifying those beliefs in our sound alchemy session. Where is that matchbox? Okay. What are your belief systems? There must be more than one. You probably hold more than one. Don't be shy. We are out here all healing together. I find that actually doing this, like, it just, I don't know. It's like I am breaking the codes when I share publicly. For me, I found it extremely healing. So that may be true for you as well. Okay, let's see. Having it all, wealth, thriving career, united family, and divine union is impossible. That too is a belief. Yes. And beliefs can be changed. Beliefs can be changed. Thank you, Matawanalo. Awakening and desire cannot coexist. That too is a belief. Yes. And beliefs can be changed. I need to explain myself to people so that they understand me. That too is a belief. Yes. And beliefs can be changed. Being successful and having family support, especially extended family support, is impossible. And let's add that too is a belief, Kopano. Yes. being successful at running my own business and actually being able to provide for myself is a rocket science and is not meant for a girl like me. And that too is a belief, yes. And beliefs can be changed, right? The more awakening you experience, the more the dark forces start attacking you. That too is a belief. Yes. If I speak about spirituality, I will be rejected. That too is a belief. But yes, acquiring real wealth, working for myself is hard and difficult. That too is a belief, and beliefs can be changed. My weight loss will be difficult. That too is a belief. Let's add that. It will be difficult to find my purpose. That too is a belief. Okay, thank you, Mbali. Tabitha, losing weight takes a very long time. I mean, how many women believe this? I have that belief system, but that too is a belief, you know, and beliefs can be changed. And we start here. We start with just being honest with the belief systems that we have. And when we sit down, like just focusing on these belief systems that you've shared, when you do just an assessment, where do they come from, these belief systems? Like, did you originally come up with those belief systems? Because for me, when I look into the body, I just realize it's because it's been pushed into my mind ever since I was a young girl, that losing weight is impossible. You need to have this and this and this. You need to change all of your lifestyle. You need to have a lot of money to be able to buy healthy food. You need a coach, a physical coach. So it's been driven over and over how difficult this process is, you know? And so I've inherited it. It's also been driven just from casual conversations where people were like, oh, people in your family are big bodied, so like you can't fight genetics, you know? So those are the origins of these belief systems. When I look back into, because my belief system currently, I'm working with my belief system around my body and divine partnerships. Even the divine partnerships is just based on what I grew up hearing, you know, that's like, that's impossible. You cannot find a good Black man, because I am into Black guys, Black men, so you can't find love with them. And then even the Botswana one, like there are no good men in Botswana. I didn't come up with, I've never met all the Black men in Botswana. So how could I possibly believe so deeply in this statement when I've only met a couple of them? And the funny thing is, the ones I have met are good men. So, but I hold this belief system based on maybe 1, 2, 3 experiences, and majority of these experiences are not my own, are from people. Like I heard the stories growing up, you know. So now I believe it must be true, because we are created, the part of our programming is this programming that it's group programming, like tribal programming, that this is how it goes for people like us, and we could never have anything different, you know. And it's funny because I was talking to my mom and my sister this morning. Well, we were fighting my mother because she was talking about a friend of hers who quit work. She's like, how could you do this? You know, it's impossible to actually become successful, you know, without working for like government or a private business and so on. And I remember telling her, my mother, I was like, but the mother, I did it. I mean, it took me 5 years, but I did it, you know. I am working for myself. And we grow up with this idea that there's always an exception, that I am an exception, for example, that I have built my career, build my spiritual business entrepreneurship. And I've been able to actually be successful in ways that feel successful for me. You know, someone else may not think that, but I do, you know. And it's based on that idea that you are not the exception, that for you, you're part of the statistics, you know, like it's gonna be difficult because all the people say it's difficult, so I'm gonna be part of the people. We never think of ourselves as the exception, you know. But I think the thing about the exception is that you create it. You make yourself the exception. You choose to be the exception. You choose to figure it out. You know, and it's funny because even as I'm saying this, I know I'm saying it to you, but I'm also saying it to myself because warriors, I figured out business. I didn't know anything about business and building an online business, but I did it. It took me 5 years and a lot of failures and a lot of struggle in the first 2-3 years of my business, but I did it. I figured out my papers. I finally feel like this is it. I understand it, you know, and I figured out the career and the purpose and the wealth part. Now it's this body and this partnership part, which as I'm talking about this, I just realized all of it is based on choice. You get to choose. You have to choose that you will be the exception. You will make yourself the exception because you have so much power within you. And if in your core, your soul tells you that you have this desire, that desire is the purpose. You know, I do right now feel a deep desire to have a healthy relationship with my body. So that desire is the current purpose of my soul. And if my soul has given me this assignment, it is because I have the power to make it happen. In the same way I made it happen with my papers, same way I made it happen with the wealth, the same way I've made it happen with community building that I've built here, right? And how did I do all these things, the community building, the purpose thing? It was just showing up every single time and trying and trying and trying, and sometimes failing and being uncomfortable and being messy. Y'all, I cried for months when I realized I had to come and do live streams because I was just like, that's impossible. Like me talking to people about spirituality, that's crazy. They will kill me. All kinds of weird beliefs came up, but I crushed those beliefs through taking the aligned action, you know? So, I believe that you can be the exception. I believe that your soul wants you to be the exception. That is why you are here today. That is why you're spending all this time listening to the many videos from different healers. All the personal development is because you have it within you to align with this great awakening, to refuse to be suppressed, to refuse to be forced fed limiting belief systems, limiting ideas of how your life gets to be, right? We get to say, no, I will not live my life like that. I was given this life by the living creator. It cannot be that I get to follow some template that I have not found many people happy with that template, especially if those people did not have the initial resources, which majority of the human race is. We didn't grow up with $1 million and so in our accounts, which will allow us to pursue our purpose, right? But if you have you have this song inside you that is refusing to leave, that's the purpose. And that is what your soul is here to do. And that is what the Great Awakening is about. Okay. Yes. Yes. And it's so interesting. Well, let me know what is coming up for you as you are sharing these belief systems. What are the realizations that you are having? Yeah. What is the realization that you're having right now about your belief systems? And it's so weird because as I'm reading this, you can just see how we all have different belief systems. And your belief system is someone else's life. Like they're like, no, but I'm like the one you shared with me about, like, I can work hard and aspire for excellence, like be badass and still be spiritual. I cracked that belief system. It's not true. I am a badass. I really believe this, and I am spiritual as it goes, you know. And I'm sure that many people here, you know, Shanisa, who are like, I water fast for 21 days. You can't believe that 3 to 4 days is too hard. It's not, you know. So that's the beauty of us sharing here, is to realize how our belief systems are just our own limitations. They're not based on truth. They're not based on truth. It is not true. And so today you have an opportunity to change that belief system, right? Yes. So part of our healing is to do this work of shifting our core beliefs. And a very simple process, when I was breaking my belief systems, and I really need to return to this with this body belief systems because they seem to be so deep. When I was breaking my belief system around, for me to create Warrior Mystery School, I had to fill up 2-3 journals where I had to constantly break limiting belief system I had about the idea that people would want to learn spirituality with me. You know, I used to believe no one will ever want to invest in that, but turns out that that too was a belief system, you know. So when it comes to belief systems, you see how it's in the mind. The way to break them, to change them, is to speak them out loud the way we're just doing, or to write them in your journal. You know, you can just spend the whole week focusing on one aspect of your life where you're struggling, right? So for example, if you are currently working on your belief systems on spirituality, and your right to actually share and express your belief systems with people, your spiritual work with people, just spend this week writing every single belief you hold about that. You know, write, exhaust as many of the belief system as possible. I'm going to do the same with my body as well. And I'm going to keep challenging my inner child, my inner narrative. And I will keep telling her, but that is a belief system, and belief systems can be changed. And so how do we change this? You go back to the belief system and you reframe it, right? We're not going to deny that this is the current belief system. I currently believe that healing my body will be very difficult, right? That's my current belief system. In reframing it, healing my body will be easy for me as I go along with the process, right? I feel comfortable saying that. I don't feel, if I say healing my body is easy for me, there is a contraction. Some part of me is not ready to believe that. And that's okay. You don't need to force yourself. But if I say healing my body will become easy as I go along with the process, that feels comfortable for me, because then I'm like, okay, let me just do the process. And the more I do it, the more it becomes easy. I can believe that, right? So when you're shifting your core beliefs, you don't have to bypass your inner objections. So if there's a part of you that's still objecting. So right now, the belief system that there are no good men in Botswana. If I say, good and amazing men in Botswana, there's an inner objection that's like, nope, not true. That's okay. But I am willing and ready to shift the belief system to there are some good men in Botswana. And I can align myself with that, can align myself with them, right? So that's how we reframe. We write the beliefs and we reframe them. Does that make sense? Let me know if that's helpful. Cool. Okay. Yes, Beth. I was initially quite resistant to share these beliefs because it's so vulnerable, but it's been quite liberating to share. Yes. Thank you for this. Oh, I'm happy to hear that. Right? Yes, yes. You know, so that is how we reframe. Okay. So are we ready to purify the soul today? So interesting. I had no idea we would go into belief systems today, but we're here. And that is what needed to be dealt with today. So let's get ready for 15-20 minutes soul alchemy, right? Let's get comfortable. I know we just shared some really deep, vulnerable stuff, or you were thinking about it if you didn't share. So take a deep breath in and out and just get settled. We're gonna work with sound today to purify and clear some belief systems that have been coming up for you. We're going to release them. So getting comfortable. Ooh. Let me know if you are ready. Sharing, ready in the comment. Cool. This is soul purification. We're going to purify the soul. Going to clear out some energies in your auric fields. The energies of the week, of this whole month. And just collapsing these belief systems. So let's get comfortable, and when we're ready, share in the comment. Ooh. Ooh. And we're going to start this process with a breathing practice. So we're going to inhale for 4 seconds. So breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathing out 8 seconds. And repeating, inhaling 4 seconds and breathing out 8 seconds. Ooh. Keep breathing. Ooh. And And we're just right now clearing out energies of the week. Allow yourself to just release all that exhaustion, all those headaches, all the weird dreams, all the emotional pages that you've been holding. Let them go. We're just going to clear them now. And as I am beating these drums, begin to see and feel all of that emotional roller coaster you've been on throughout the month, just dropping out of your field as these droplets of energy. Allow yourself to release these lower emotions. Let's release emotions of sadness, emotions of loneliness, emotions of grief. Begin to release them from your throat, releasing them from your heart, from your womb, from your back, from your head, temples, from your knees, your thighs, in every part of the body where you have been holding these emotions, letting go of the depression. It is safe to release the dreaded emotions of depression, letting go of the anxiety, this feeling that the world is just about to collapse on you. Surrender this to the earth. Allow these energies to drop out of your entire field right now, going all the way to earth core, aurora lights and beyond, to be transmuted with unconditional love. Listen out negative thoughts, the thoughts that you're not good enough, thoughts that you're not worthy, the thought that you are not the exception, the thought that it will be hard for you, the thought that there is something wrong with you, the thought that it will not be easy for you, the thought that the living God is not there for you, that the ancestors are not hearing your request, your prayer, your dreams, the thought that God doesn't love you, the thought that you are alone in the world. Just imagine these thoughts coming out of every single part of your body that is holding this thought, and begin to see these thoughts as this black, gooey energy in the body, in the energetic field held by the soul, and just let them be released out of your body into earth core. Allow yourself to release all the fight, all the disagreements with your inner self, your inner child, all the disagreements with your beloveds, all the fights with your mother, all the fights with your father, all the pain, all the wounding with the mother, all the pain, all the wounding with your father. Release all that discomfort, all that disharmony. Release the differences that you've been holding in your heart, all the hate that has been moving between you and your siblings, your sisters, your brothers. Let them go, surrender them to Mother Earth. Let her hold these energies and transmute these energies with her earth core, with Aurora light. Allow yourself to surrender all the fights, all the disagreement, all the pain at work with your employee, with your colleagues, with your boss, with those that work with you, with your clients. Let them go, surrender. Releasing all the differences, the misunderstandings with your friends, your girlfriends, your boyfriends, with your cousins, your uncles, your aunts, with your grandmothers, your grandfathers. Let them go. Let go of the pain, all that hurt, all that ancient wounding that you have experienced in your intimate romantic relationships with your girlfriends. All of them, all the way to the first relationship you've ever held, you've ever experienced in this lifetime. Let's put all of that pain you've been carrying down, release it. It is no longer welcome in your field. It doesn't serve you anymore. Release the pain from your current relationship or your most recent relationship that you have been holding, beloved. Let that go, release it, for it has served its purpose. You have received the teachings that you needed to receive, the remembrance that you needed to experience. Release any wounding that has been happening in your current relationship. as it's been unfolding now, allow yourself to just surrender to the mother, to her body. Surrender to the probability that everyone is your mirror. Everyone is a teacher, your teacher, who is here to teach you about your true self. And all the lessons are coming in different shapes, different forms. Some are within the light and some are within the dark, the shadow aspects. And all of them are returning you back to yourself. Surrender all of that pain that you've been holding, all the energy of betrayal, of rejection, of abandonment, of persecution, of separation. Let go of the pain of feeling not understood, not loved, not chosen, not held as you desired. Understand, bring into your awareness that all is part of your soul journey and your soul reclamation and your soul purification. And for all the times that the initiation was the soul wounding, there has always been a gift of strength, of courage, of leadership, of understanding, of freedom. Every single soul you have met has contributed to this moment where you are returning to yourself, where you have returned to yourself. And what a gift that is. What a gift to be here today, alive. What a gift to remember that you are eternal. And this journey with your eternal brothers and sisters is the eternal expression, experimentation, eternal manifestation of the different vantage points of truth. And each one always returns you to you. So surrender. Let go of what you're ready to let go of today. And allow yourself to release the beliefs that you've held on for so long because of those experiences. The beliefs that have made you feel like it is difficult for you, it is impossible for you, it will not be easy for you, you are not worthy of it. For that too is a belief. And beliefs can be changed. Allow yourself to feel through all of that energy just moving down as we invite from the higher heavenly world the heliotallic silvery rainbow frequencies to be dispensed right now into your body, into your soul, into your field, to cleanse out all those limitations, all those lower frequencies, negative thought forms, egregores, entities, portals that are in your light body that have been keeping your soul limited and in the perpetual experience of limiting experiences. Oh. And feel these frequencies of love awakening your true self, awakening your true purpose, the true beauty of your soul essence, the true beauty of your purpose in this planet, the true beauty of every single experience that you've been through, the beauty of all the relations that you have experienced, all the beloveds in that many different forms. Remember that beauty. For all is the great song. Love is always the great song. And allow yourself, as you are washed with this waterfall of rainbow silvery frequencies of the higher heavenly world, to wash away all the timelines, to release these timelines, and to anchor in your heart the true desires that are present in your being, that are the true desire of spirit for you. Understand that those desires are your purpose. That is the divine mission. The belief system are the assignment, and you, divine sovereign warrior, you are capable and so qualified to move through any belief system, any experience, and transcend it and bring into manifestation the new glorious timeline of your highest expression. And so it is. And take a deep breath, keep breathing as you feel through all that is possible. Understand that that timeline that you feel and see is your true self. It is what you're capable of and what you've always been capable of. It is the soul mission that is anchoring in right now, that the unseen one, the ancient one, the holy guardians are ready to support you with. It is part of your great awakening. And so accepting this mission of the continuous healing of your soul, the transmutation of your core beliefs, and the surrender, the release of all that does not serve you any longer. The purification of your soul, so that your eternal spirit may come into your body and reside in your body, ascend into your body, so you may create your most glorious timeline. And so it is. And so it will be done. Aho, Ashe, Makosi, Alisadi Lakanya. And so we seal the sound alchemy with the seal of all that is, the pure essence, the seal of Christ, the seal of Sophia. And we ground down, closing all timelines and all fields, grounding down as we take a deep breath in and out. Our work is done. Welcome back. Let me know if you're back. Oh my God. How was your experience? Two minutes share. Let me know what moved through you, what realization you had in the release of these timelines that have been influencing our belief systems. Whew. Whew, yeah. Yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you, warriors. Thank you for joining. Feel free to share your experience in the comment section. It's always interesting for me to facilitate these processes. I'm not able to fully engage as you did, but I am happy because when I do these transmissions, it's also quite new for me as Joy, the girl, so I'm just a vessel for the divine. And when spirit, was asking us to release particularly the energies of the past, the relationships, that really resonated with me, because I was just realizing how a lot of my belief systems comes from all of these past timelines. And you always think that, oh no, I dealt with that, I've released that, but there's always opportunity to release more and more, and the process of healing, yes, there is where it can be complex, and it can, you may require support, a practitioner, but it's also something that you can engage in on a daily basis by just continuing to just easily release the way that we did today. So I just wanted to share this with you all, to just come to your own practice and release as you feel called to release. Yeah. Yes, Akona, I am so glad that you are feeling this huge lift. What does this mean? Makukanye ukutle kuwe joy. You're welcome. You're most welcome. Thank you for sharing, Akona. And thank you all for joining. I will see you next week for Transmission Thursdays. Have a great day.